Hello guys, in this video I will talk about the test based design. So what happens is whenever you have a framework you need to have a test base, because the test base is the one where your all object initializations which is required for your test scripts, as well as report initializations, as well as your driver object creations, everything will happens in the test base, so that uh, to support the test scripts it becomes very easy, because all your test scripts is going to extend the test base. So if the test base will have the required informations what test script is required, it becomes very easy to maintain. And as we name itself says that the test base, so the base of the test, right? So we will start designing the test base, and I just wrote a test base class here if you look at. And what I did here is I created two variables, one is extend reports and one is extend test, and I wrote here called before shoot. So in before shoot, if you try to remember in my previous video, I made the object of extend, uh, I made the uh, class for extend manager. This guy will have two argument. Okay, so make this as a private. This is used only in this class. So this has two argument. One, if you look at, it has get instance which will give you the instance of extend reports, and once you have create instance, so it's up to you which one you want to use, get or create. So create also you can call, you can supply the file name. For get ready-made you will get the object of extend report. So in the test base I just called here extend manager dot get instance, so your extend will get initialized. And then in before class I'm doing that, so the extend test reference we have created here. And the imports are very important guys. If you look at here, look at the imports. So this is the imports which you need to import when you are importing it, right? So these three imports are very important. These three imports are very important. So in before class, if you look at, we are uh, creating the extend dot, this extend dot create test, and then get the class name. So the class name for which you are running the test dot get name. So basically this will uh, this test will get initialized with the class name, like whatever class name is getting executed. Then before method, if you look at, in the before method I am supplying method as an argument. So what happens is when you supply method as an argument, you can log it by saying that test.log status.info method.getName, get the method name, like get the test method name and say the test started. In after method we can write some logic here. So in after method here we can supply argument as I test result. Okay, control space bar. So we can go for I test result. Yeah, the first one, we'll go for the first one, I test result, because what happens is after method, which means the test execution will be over, so we'll have pass and fail report for that test script. So we can write here result, and here we can write a condition saying that if result dot get status dot get status, so go for the second one which will give you the int I and integer, right? So get status if this is equal to I test result dot, let's say failure first. So this is also will give you the integer. If it is a failure, we can log this saying that status dot status dot fail, and here, so status dot failed, and we don't want this name, and we can say that status dot failed, and here we can write result dot get throwable. Okay, so print the exceptions in the log. If fail, else if take this again and just write if it is success. If it is success, say that test.log. Here instead of fail you change to dot, you say pass, right? And you do a pass and then do result, result dot get name, result dot get test name plus is pass, and you do else, or you can do that else if so we can write one more conditions here, and if this is a skip, okay, then if this is a skip also we can say that dot, we can say that a skip, and even in that case we can go for get throwable and we can add this. Okay, so this is like after method. So our test ng annotations are designed for the test base. Now let me do one thing. Let me run the test. Okay, so we will do one thing. We will go to the test script. I will write one class here. Go to new, go to class, and let me design one class called test1. Okay, and similarly, so yeah, test1 class. Now this test1, just I'm testing my extend report, extends, so this guy extends, let's say test base. Okay, so this guy will extend test base. So and here I will write one test at test, and I will write public void test login. I will just write one test, and inside that I will write, let's say we had verifications helper, or we had assertions helper, so we'll write assertion. Okay, so I will not go much into details now because assertions helper requires driver to be initialized and we don't have driver ready now. So import this test ng, and for time being, okay, from assertion helper you make the object of new, sorry, let me integrate that some of the class new assertion. Okay, new assertion helper dot you just write make true. Okay, so you can see that once you have the helper class how it becomes very easy. And why this is giving the error? Okay, it is a static method. Okay, so I don't need to call like this, I can just call through the class name dot method name. Yeah, so this is true, and then you take this test, you write one more time here same test, test login 1, and you make false, so one true, one's false. Okay, now you copy these two tests two more time and let's see that what happens. So test login 2, test login 3. So we have actually 4 tests. Okay, yeah, we have 4 tests where 2 will pass, 2 will fail. So now, and the extent report, the test base will have all the extent report integrations. So what I will do, this test script, I am going to run the script to see that whether my extent report is working or not. So right click, run as test ng. Let's see what happens. So there is some assertion failure, I am fine with it. Okay, test got executed, and so 2 tests pass and 2 tests fail. Now we have to see the extent report. So refresh this. So refresh this, and we will go to the test output. In the test output, we are writing one actually HTML, and the HTML name what we are writing here is, let me go and see that. Go to the extent manager. In the extent manager, in the test output, we are writing extent.html. Can we see here the extent.html? So we have emailed. Okay, I think I did one mistake here. So if I go in the test base, so I have all that. Okay, there is one mistake here. So once everything is done, I have to do extent dot flush. So I have to flush the report, then only the report will be generated. Now let me go and let me run the test one report. So in after method I have to flush the report always. So go run as test ng. See that what is happening now. So test should get executed, and then we'll see the extent report, like whether the extent report is getting generated or not. Okay, see how nicely you are getting the logs also, because from the assertion helper we are getting all the logs, which we can see it here. Test 3 failed, remaining got passed. So we are getting the nice log. So now what I will do is, so only one test executed. Why? What about the other test? Go here in the report. Only test login 3 got executed. What about other test? We have lot of tests. So go to test 1 again, right click, run as test ng. So wait for some time. Yeah, now you can see that all scripts are getting executed and assertion helpers are getting called. So 4 tests, 2 got pass, 2 fail. Now let me refresh the project. So when we refresh the project, we should get now report here. So test ng report we are getting, yeah, extent.html. This is the report is getting generated here. Now right click, go to open with web browser. So we are able to get the extent report inside the test ng output. So now what we can do is, we can copy this, we can go here and we can open this. Okay, so when we open this, see, you can see that this is your dashboard, this is your test. So you can see that the failure happened. So for one test failure happened, test 1, and this also failure happened. So this is the complete dashboard. When you go here, so one test failed, right? Two test passed, so fail. So how many fail you had? One test. Here it says that two steps failed and four other. So actually two steps passed, two steps failed, right, in the steps. So you go to again dashboard, and dashboard will tell you how many tests we have passed and how many we have failed. So these are the exceptions we have. Here we have steps, two steps passed, two fail, and this is your test name, project name, test script dot test one. I think this is the class name. Inside the class name, test login, null is pass, test login one is started. So this two is started, test login is started, test login one is started, and it is saying that null is pass. So this I have to see that why it is saying that null is pass. Then again it will say test 2 started, null is pass, okay, and test 3 started. So for this class actually I'm able to get all the informations for this class. The class name is project name the test script dot test one. So it is telling you the package name plus test script name, and we are able to get all the informations. And actually you can see also like how many one test failed. So there was only one test which got failed, this test, and how many steps. So you are getting that very good report here. When you click on that, you will get assertions error. When you click on the dashboard, right, you can see the dashboard also. This is your dashboard, and this is the automations report. When we click on this measure the first dashboard, and here you can go for pass, fail, and clear. So you can just go remove the fail, clear filter, so you can get only filled, I mean the failed one, right? So this is the extent report. Now I will do one thing, guys. So I'm wondering, in my test base, see why this guy is saying that test started. If test success, I'm doing that result dot get test name. So do one thing, instead of result dot get test name, you just do get name, okay. And now I am going to create some more script, okay. So there is a test one, right? I'll be doing that control C, control V, test2.java, that's fine. And you right click on the package, testng, convert to testng, take this root file, right click, testng, convert to testng. Why this is not coming? Ideally it should come. Right click, create testng, convert to testng. Why it is not coming? Okay, I think it's already converted, so it is not coming. It's okay. What I can do is right click on one script, testng, convert to testng. Let's see that what happens now. Yeah, take this, just take this, cancel, go at the project label, because I just want to see how it is running in the suite. So go to new, go to other, and here we can write file. So once we have a file, we can just create one suite file and we'll see that how it is working. So file, next, let's say test suite.xml. So the XML file got created, you paste it here and you save this. And there is one more class, right? So we can take this class and paste it here, right here, test2. So we have two two tests now because I wanted to see that how extent report is generating the report. So we have two tests now. Now just right click on the suite which you have created, right click, and go to run as, run the test ng. So whatever suite file we have created, right, test ng suite file, we are running it. Now what is the error in the project? It is saying that, go to here, package explorer. Oh, test 2 has error. Sorry guys, this test 2 has error. So when you go to the package explorer, you can see that, okay, it should be test 2 here. Yeah, it should be test 2. Recompile again. Yeah, now we can scroll down, and whatever test suite we have designed at the project level, right, just for to see that how extent report works, go run as test ng. Just wait for some time because two test is running now. The extent report should get generated. So test has started. Yeah, so all test executed, 4 fail and fail and pass. Okay, now let's go and see the this report. So copy this report, it will be generated to the same locations. Go here, paste this and enter. So now you can see that two tests got executed, both the tests were failed, and you can see that test login started, test login pass, then again test 1 login started, you got the assertions, and then test 2 login started and test 2 pass, then test 3 started, you got the assertion, right. Again when you go to this test, you will see the complete report. So you can see that 4 test, 4 step passed, 4 step failed, 8 others. Okay, and now if you go to this, here you can see that only whatever assertions came you can see here. And when you go to this dashboard, right, in dashboard you can see that steps, how many steps, 4 steps passed, 4 failed. Here 2 tests failed, right, and you can see that the start time was this, end time was this, time taken 9 seconds, and step was 16. So you can see that the dashboard also. Okay, so that's how extent report will be generated. So we are now configure the extent report also in our framework, and automatic reporting is happening if you look at, because just I'm extending the test base and everything is taken care, right. So, and why it is taking care, because all the test, when it extends the test base, as you know that in the test base we have before should, before class, after method, right. So everything will get executed automatically. Okay, everything will get executed automatically when any test will extend the test base, because that's how the test ng annotations work. Like first before shoot will get executed, then before class will get executed, then your test then before method is getting executed, then your test method is getting executed, then after method is getting executed again for this test, before method will get executed, then after method will get executed, and that is the reason you are able to get the report. So with this we are done with the extent report. If something is remaining, I'll try to cover in the next video. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this.